This thing's pretty rough. Everything's fixable to a point, but I don't think this is the one. He had one cab that was up here that it looked like a freaking asteroid hit it. I don't know what to say. It was completely wasted. You can see where all the panels come together. Water's been sitting in there and it's just rotted from the inside out. I nixed that. He showed me a few other things he had laying around. And I really think this 48 International, it's a KB8. I think this is a perfect candidate. This is the one we're using.
The KB8 International that I ended up with came from Montana, and a pretty straight cab for a 1948. It reminds me very much of my childhood on the chicken farm. The first one we had was a similar body style, and I remember it well. So I'm excited about it, and I think it's gonna be cool.
It's got a couple dents in the roof, but there's no cancer. Only a little surface rust. Looking around, he's got this KB8. I liked it because there was no rot. Take a little hammering to get the roof back into shape, but it looks good. I think this is the one. Doors operate smoothly. Dash is there. They've usually been picked clean, but this is really sweet. It's got all the knobs, gauges. It's like super old school. It's cool. It's pretty crazy how a truck this big would have such a tiny little cab. I mean, to have two big guys in here, you know, going to work on the farm or whatever they're doing, not much room. It's all business in here. It's got the VIN number tags. It's legit. This is a good start. Seems like it's all here. There's pieces all over the place, but they all look good. Yeah, this is a really cool fender. I'm not familiar with the bigger International stuff in these early years. It's got some big, giant headlights, and it's in good shape. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No real rust, just a little weathering. I guess this is the donor chassis. He says it's in good working condition. The plus on this is it's got a low mileage, really powerful, modern turbo diesel engine with an automatic transmission. It's just too big for my shop. We'll have to do it here. The fact that we have all the parts for this makes it a lot easier. Typically I have to try to find some stuff, but it's all here, so I'm ready to get down.
We had the body off and laid it here, and in a very, very short order, he was widening the fenders, and I'm going, wow, how involved are we really gonna get?
The whole deal with how this thing is being widened is really just like creating your own puzzle pieces. So I put the fenders where I wanted them and just put in this high-cut piece of sheet metal to just make it happen. It seems like a huge deal just to get these things set up, but that's only the beginning. This is all preliminary steps. All the work I've done so far has been on the outside of the sheet metal. There's a lot of interior stuff, namely the engine and intercooler, radiator. They're huge. Since the thing's all in one piece now, I have to trim back all the excess sheet metal that's hanging around on the inside. My biggest concern with this build is the sheer size of it. It's a big truck. It's like 8 feet wide. So I'm basically just gonna put it on there and we'll see how it looks.
When I first walked in on this cab, I had my little grandson Lincoln with me, and he oohed and awed about it, and Ian liked that, I think.
Might seem silly, but Bill's grandson is here, and having him to review my work really helps out. Everything I do, I like to have sort of a childlike quality, you know, like a big toy. He looks at it, and it's Tonka time. Straight up, let's play. I was stoked to get the cab and the nose up on the chassis. Everything looks like it's gonna work out. It fits good, it's gonna steer. I'm charged, I'm ready to go.
When I saw the cab on the chassis for the first time, I went, Oh yeah, this guy nailed it.
I got the 2 trailer hitch receivers set up. I was able to use the original bumper brackets, which is a huge time saver. The good thing about mounting off the original bumper brackets is this whole unit will be adjustable if you needed to reposition it. Say it got hit or loosened up or something. So this is the part that will actually hold the bumper and the entire skin of the nose of the truck. The whole idea is kind of like a trailer hitch in your car or truck. There's like a receiver, and then there's a piece that inserts into it. You can see here how they'll pivot. What I have to do now is create a cross brace that doesn't attach anything except the hinges so that the whole nose and bumper will rotate around this assembly. I have to widen this bumper no matter what. Bill's got a cool old license plate he wants to use, and I got an idea on how to incorporate a special frame into the front bumper. I guess the challenge is to find a piece that is strong enough to support the weight of the whole nose of the truck. The bumper's 8 inches from top to bottom, so if there was like a C-channel, 8 inches, we could kind of French the license plate and be super strong. You got 6-inch channel, which would fit, but, well, that won't even fit. Huh. I'd say that looks like a license plate frame. I'll just cut the rear legs off of this I-beam, and then we have a surround. That's plenty strong. Some kind of piece of an old tractor. Recycle. The whole thing about using this big chunk of steel, for me, is the strength. This is the center of the entire mounting point of the nose. I know that I can make this thing work. The main feature is that it needs to be strong. The license plate happens to fit, and I think it's gonna work. One of the main things I do in building cars is reuse stuff. It's a challenge for me. I am frugal. If I don't have to buy material, I'm all about it. It's definitely the strongest license plate frame I'll probably ever make. The whole concept with reusing material is that it gives you something you couldn't have thought of in advance. That's my trip, man. That's what I like to do. Find something and make it work. This is gonna be a recessed shape for the license plate to hang out in. The bumper is convex, it's curved on the front. The lip is about the same as this, about 2 inches, but then it curls forward. So I just left a lot of extra material out here, so I can just put each side of the bumper welded in here, and it'll be real strong. This grill's a little bent, so it's a little deceptive, but the whole framework is squared up with the body, so. I guess I'm gonna just cut the bumper right in half and just kind of fit it and see what it looks like. I want these guys to be an even left and a right, so I'm actually gonna just bolt them together through the holes, and I'll make a scribe across so that the left and the right sides are equal. I'm just gonna tack this on. I'm gonna use this line as the top edge and make it parallel with that. Just like backwards, sort of. That's the straightest crooked bumper I've ever seen. I'll take it. Doesn't have to be perfect, just better be real good. It's a pretty cool idea because there was never a bumper this wide. None of those trucks had a French license plate. Nobody's got it like this. The whole thing is it's super subtle. It's like I'm all grown up. All right, this is more like it. Usually I'm laying on the ground underneath stuff. I feel a little more in my element. So all I'm gonna do here is we still have the hinge that's just floating. The big structure in the center is something I'm gonna tie into. Just gonna find some kind of a bar. Maybe I'll use the 2-inch stock we have, and I'll just weld it on, cut those braces away, and it should pivot. It's a pretty badass saw. This 2-inch tube is attaching on the far end to that big center section that I made, which is super strong. And it's gonna come across, hit the tab on this hinge, and also hit the bumper itself. So it'll be like a 3-point bracket hidden inside. Puts a little more strength in the whole assembly because even though you can't see it because everything's squared, there's a lot of triangulation in here. It helps with moving forward and backwards and up and down. All right, so the last part of this is getting the sheet metal attached to the pivoting bumper. The truck was a little bit off level. I'm not sure what's going on there. So that could be in the suspension. All I did was put a floor jack under the axle, and I got the whole bumper and the chassis leveled perfectly. Fortunately, there was this car lift here, so I just attached a piece of that to the cross bracing and kind of strapped it off to the motorhome over there and just got everything squared up. A little pushing and pulling, but now that it's in shape, centered, and level, I'm gonna just build a frame at a 2-inch square, same stuff we've been using. I'm gonna make an arch that goes up underneath each side of the fender, and then just build some kind of gusseting around that just to grab all the sheet metal so it doesn't get out of shape when it lifts. So you got this old bracing in here. My idea is to come back right near the slider there and then arch up around, grabbing that original brace and also having something up here in the top of the center of the fender. This truck was not set up for anything like this. The engineers never imagined this for this vehicle. So I'm just building like a whole new front of the frame, basically. It's a bunch of jigging up and making sure everything's square, and then attaching it to the chassis so that it's strong and in line. So the whole idea is as this bumper's pivoting, this will pivot as well, but it'll offer support to the sheet metal. So I'm gonna do that on both sides, and then I'll follow up with those arch shapes. I've seen Bill come peeking around. You know, I've been hard at work. I think he's a little skeptical, but that only fuels the fire. That's making me want to make this happen. Yeah, the idea with using these curved pieces is by putting them through that machine, it makes them incredibly rigid. It puts a lot of stress in it. So these, along with a few other gussets, will be the support of all the sheet metal inside. The way that this curve comes in is going to be perfect. You see it intersects the original bracket in the fender. I can just trim that back, weld it up, and I'll make a miter joint down at the bottom here. It'll work out good. Once I built this subframe with the sliders and all the armature to hold it, it was freaking heavy. It's gotta be incredibly strong. It's gonna have a huge amount of weight. The other times I pulled this off, there were cars. You could just grab it by hand and slide it. This is Big Bertha. It's heavy duty. Once I got the under structure in place, I had to move on to the gravel pan. It was the last thing I needed to do to see if my idea was gonna work. The original truck has like this splash pan, gravel pan, whatever you want to call it. It's like a trim sheet metal that goes between the bumper and the fenders. All right, so I'm gonna try to splice these pans in. The dimensions from the fender to the bumper are a little bit different. And there's no real reason to use these except that I like the little design. It makes it look a little more old-fashioned. The frame spot doesn't really match up as it did in the other one. I'm probably just gonna cut them in half and piece together what I can. It would have been 10 times easier to just take a piece of steel and fill in the area where the gravel pan is. It's little things like this gravel pan modification that are my signature. See, this got split in half before it was all taken apart, so this guy will just weld right up to the grill like that. I'll lap it onto the bumper, steam it in, cut it right through there, move it over. This little bump doesn't line up with the frame, so I'll probably just make a new shape to cover the frame that'll sort of represent what was there. Right, so we're gonna cut her up, weld her in, get her done. Trying to use the original stuff because it's got these cool embossed ridges in it, and that's really gonna sell it. When somebody looks at it, it looks old, factory stock, but it's mutated, and that's really cool. There's a lot of work in getting this to fit, but it's worth it in the end, I know it. Something's happened with that fender in the past where it's all out of shape. So what I'm gonna do is just space these guys into the bumper so that they're the same distance. These bolt holes are a pretty good guide. Got the majority of the pans put in. You can see I still gotta fab up these center pieces from where they split and got wider. But before I go any further, I just wanna verify that this is all gonna work. As soon as I got the majority of the gravel pan fabbed in, I just needed to see this thing tilt. This is the end of the mock-up. This is the moment of truth. That damn. Par for the course. All of this work, I finally get the thing ready to tilt, and it's stuck. Bill's standing right there. It's just perfect.
It wouldn't move. It wouldn't move. And I went back to the, damn, it's so heavy, we can't do it. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, now what?
When you got 5 million welds, your percentage of some attaching themselves to the cab is increased. So in the end, that's what happened. The thing would not hinge open because it was welded shut. Like that. And it'll pivot up. Like that. There it is. You got a tilt nose.
It is just awesome. Really cool. Everything I hoped it would be.
I was going for the KO, but I hung in there. I was bobbing, I was weaving, I was ducking. Pulled it off.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears by that young man right there.
Trying to get this thing as clean as possible. We really bondoed out almost the whole body. The roof was in horrible condition. And then we went in and sanded everything inside and out, wire wheeled it. So I'm just gonna wipe off the last bit of the dust and primer it. I'll just primer this, then we'll set it back on the chassis and just make sure everything fits before we paint it. That way nothing chips when we assemble it. The whole idea with test fitting the body is to make sure that the procedure works, namely getting the thing up in the air with the forklift without screwing it up. And we wanted to check that the intercooler wasn't in the way of the nose when it's shut on the body, and all the gaps were good. Once it's painted, you really can't modify anything, so it's important to test fit everything. Cool, we'll check out this intercooler. Let's see if it works. Because the nose of that truck cab is so much narrower than the later model donor we're using, I had to cut the tanks because the grill is very narrow. So I cut them, plated them, and then we ran into another problem where this corner was too wide still. So I cut a little diamond shape out of each side. hopefully it fits. That's the really cool thing, is it sits in the little saddle like somebody from the factory made it. All right, Captain, lower the drawbridge. Say, that's a nice truck you've got there. Is any little adjustments we have to do once it's painted, it's no sweat. You know, we'll be away from the paint. That's all I was worried about. With such an intense project like this, it really helps when the original mechanical parts remain intact. With the intercooler, the steering, everything else mechanical, it really helps out in the end when it's all stock. We're just gonna do a few more coats of primer, sand, then paint it. After that, it's assemble and drive. I find it easier to just put like a whole bunch of stuff all over the table, and it's kind of like a cooking show, you know? I don't really know what I'm doing, just as long as it's green. I'm gonna spray it. Put a little of that, shake of that, stir in some of that over medium heat, and bake for 30 minutes. I think what I'm gonna do is just put a big heavy coat, first wet base coat on the roof, and then I'll move over to the doors after I get the first coat on the cab. Got this thing painted, assembled. This truck is clean. I mean, it's really badass. I wish I could drive it. The cool factor is that it's super subtle. The few people who've seen it are just blown away. Just because it looks like a stock truck. I mean, it's hard to tell. And you do the special hood and you show them what's going on. And it's cool. I can't wait to take this thing to a show. The thing I like most about it is the front view. Obviously, we know the fenders are widened, but you don't think that when you look at it. You just think, what a freaking big truck.
There's not one thing I would change on this truck. I love everything about it. A lot of that is due to Ian and his persistence and his fabrication.
My job was all the heavy fabrication and assembly, and then Bill got down on all the accessories and finishing parts. He polished out all the stainless steel, got some bitchin' aluminum rims, got the special mirrors, the chrome horns, the air cleaner. I mean, he knows what a truck needs to be legal on the road, so he fitted out with everything DOT approved and all the trick, cool looking stuff too.
Oh, the best thing is, of course, the tilt front end that I was very apprehensive about. You know, it's just awesome. I mean, I've showed it to people and they go, really? How does that work? Well, works like this, and you just pump this hydraulic jack and it tilts and goes out. But people that are not even car or truck people are very like, wow, it's just something way different. And that, of course, is the best part. And that it still has the old look. When it's rolling down the road, you can't tell the front tilts like that. But when you stop and you tilt it, cool.
The cool factor, it's like, it's a real question mark. That's the whole thing. It's people look at it, and guys who know trucks are like, there was no roll-off trucks in 1948.
I think Ian, as time has gone along, and I've done the little things that I've done to it, he now gets that it's going to be a working truck. I don't think he really got that before because he's never built anything like this. It's mostly show cars and toys. It's a show truck and it's a toy, but it's a working all of that. It's a multi-functioning truck. It'll function as a flatbed truck, a dump truck, a van, does everything. And that is the beauty of that truck. Yeah, I just use it mainly as a toy. If my wife were here, she'd say it's an expensive toy, which that's okay. It pays for itself and I have fun and that's what life is. But the truck itself works perfectly. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with it. Turned out great.
In the end, I mean, Bill is stoked. He's super happy about it, and I'm jealous. That means it's a good project. Put the word out, I'm looking for some new projects. Right away, my buddy Tom hits me up. He says, hey, my friend Bob and I, we got a project. Come on out and see what we're doing. So I don't recognize this truck shell. Is a Dodge?
Nope, International.
Oh, wow.
I'm excited to see what Ian thinks of the work we've done and the work that needs to be done.
I've done a bunch of international stuff. This is old though, like what, 30?
Early to mid-30s.
Walking up on this project, Tom's giving me the spiel, hot rod, etc. But I see it was set out in this pasture for a reason. It's definitely a basket case. Oh man, what's up with the back wall?
There should be a window here.
You ain't kidding.
Right, but it was apparent. It looked like it had been in a wreck. There was a pretty big dent and the sheet metal was wavy, so it had to go. It's an old farm truck, you know.
I see. The wild card with any old project is the damage or the rust, or the damage and the rust in most cases. And this truck's got a good dose of both. It's not even there to debate. It's pretty rough. Well, I mean, it's definitely unique, the fact that it's an international for sure, but is there like a thing with this, family heirloom? Or?
Well, there is. I've wanted an international. And when I was looking for a hot rod project, I went back and forth, Chevy, Ford. I kept coming up to international. Well, I struck a deal with my neighbor to get the international. But once we got it home and Bob and I took a look at it, it was really obvious how rough it was and how long it had been sitting.
We started on the cab and it's got a great style to it, but we kind of gave up on it.
I know it. It's not the prettiest looking thing to look at, but I see the potential in it. I'm really hoping that Ian does too. I know it's pretty rough, but what do you think?
In this, I can see the potential already, right away. But is there more? I mean, cars, they come with like 3 or 4 tires. You got a cab and a bed and a cat. Look at this thing. You guys aren't kidding around.
Nope.
This is cool.
Thank you.
Right on. You know, I deal with a lot of pipe dreamers, you know, guys with a piece of metal and a dream, but
right.
I didn't realize you guys are already nailing it. You've been on this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I was hoping to see. Now we're talking cars. So I don't recognize the frame. What did this come from? You built it, or?
This is custom built.
Nice.
Tommy and I have been building this chassis for quite a while, off and on. We were kind of at a standstill on it. We reached the point to do the body work, and I don't do body work.
Hot Rod Bob, he's been doing this for quite a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's one of those guys that you can learn a lot from.
This is the easy part for me, but that body work, are you sure that thing's hammered?
Well, I mean, I can definitely handle the sheet metal work. If this thing runs and drives, we're in business. You guys got a deal.
All right, cool, great.
Oh.
It's the original.
Why didn't you tell me that you had that? I was a little surprised to see this window frame. You know, it's the original.
That's stock right there. That's factory.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bent, but it's usable.
Yeah.
It's really all up to Tom. You know, we can do something really wild, full custom, chop top, the whole deal. In the end, it's Tom's call. It's his truck. First things first is to repair this back wall. You know, I love the fact that the chassis is driving, so let's not take out the gas tank or anything. Let's just pop the cab off, set on the dolly, surgical procedure, like a surgeon's table, like a lab. That cab is pretty rough. You know, we got a lot of work ahead of us, but I need to take a closer look. Now, class, there are a number of things wrong with the back of this truck. So right here, you can see it's out right here. And that's a lot, right? And then on this side is the exact opposite. So you got the roller coaster effect. If I was to follow this line with the sheet metal, this is what it'd be doing. It's like way the heck out of shape. Not really sure if Tom knows how far gone this truck is. So the good news is I got a plan, but the not so great news is that instead of just putting this wall in and fixing the window, we kind of got to rehab the back third of the truck. There was numerous impacts. Instead of just putting in a window, let's just fix the whole back of the truck. It's gonna be way better for it. We'll clean all this crud out of here and we'll make it nice. It's never too late to shop it. That's the whole idea here, you know what I'm saying? So once I start working my influence, in my hypnotizing ways. How many fingers am I holding up, right? You're going left, you're going right.
No chop.
Going down a hall, you're turning left, you're turning right. The bottom line is we need to create a whole new rear panel by any means necessary. The whole idea with this is you start with a little oversized and trim it back. So this is the story. I mean, the challenging part is this one corner, but the center just falls into place. So you see what you're getting, right?
Oh yeah. You'd think that going this method would be all choppy and archaic looking, but this is already looking smooth.
Because I got style, my man.
You do.
When a piece of metal gets bent, especially sheet metal, the molecules, they get rearranged. It wants to stay in that shape. Heating it up with the torch anneals it. It makes it soft again.
Is this one of the tricks that he has in his hat? I don't know, but I mean, it looks like something that came out of a barbecue. It doesn't look like a good idea.
As well as annealing it also tends to burn it up. That does not concern me. The steel isn't burning. All the crud that's on it is. It looks pretty rough.
Are you sure this is gonna work? What do you mean? Dude, you roasted my window.
The idea here is when you're away from your shop, sometimes you gotta improvise. You see that dent anywhere?
Yeah, man, it's
Dent
gone.
disappeared.
Man, it was a totally unorthodox way of going about it, but it worked. Ian managed to straighten out this window frame. Wow, man, you did it. Look at that.
Done. Tom is super stoked. It's looking good. Now it's just all about the welding. It's the scariest part of sheet metal fabrication is your potential to warp it. The way this is set up, I'm just making every effort to minimize the warpage. Hiya!
Wow.
It's not as good as the porthole, but it's pretty good.
No, man, this is better than the porthole. It's such a relief to see it fit back in there.
Man, that looks like a truck. Good looking window, man. Good call. I was curious to see what they got for bed cover options.
Yeah, check this out.
There's a car hood, right?
Yeah, 68 Mercury Montclair.
It's a big car hood.
It's got a pretty cool body line on it.
That's kind of neat. I did a roof of a hot rod with something similar to this. It was a Mustang hood. I mean, if you like it, to extend this would be a little challenge. You'd have some body work and whatnot if you wanted this detail to come through. Spectre seems concerned. There's a lot of noise from the peanut gallery.
Yeah, no? Is it a no?
There's that stink eye. What do you think? Doesn't seem very enthused, man.
No.
He's a lot happier walking in. All of a sudden, it took a nosedive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on this, but I got one more option I want you to check out.
Okay.
I wasn't really sure if it would work, but I figured I'd throw it out there.
The old picnic table. Oh, totally cool. It's wood, it's old school.
It just looks like something that would be in the back of the bed of an old truck.
What do you think about that? Better than a car hood, huh? Heavyweight, checking it out. Getting a lick of approval. See, right away, That's
Yeah.
a good call. He's really into it, and typically when he likes something, he's not afraid to show it. It was his idea. Give him the action.
I prefer the wood in the bed, and dude liked it too. I'd say we're soulmates, but I'm pretty sure that's him and Ian, and so we're just good pals.
That's a keeper. I think we're going with this. A friend of mine does a lot of woodworking and faux finishing, and sometimes for a panel like this that's so fresh and new, he'll take a propane torch and just blast it, like the old Wild West town, with all the gnarly finish. Would take this store-bought looking piece and make it fit to your vintage truck.
Yeah, I'm all for making it look more old school. Like you said, it's a new piece of wood, so again, I'm excited to see what you do with this.
It's gonna be awesome. Look at that. I know that look. As soon as the eyebrows start doing that thing, he's bored. He wants me to get to work. It's time. They say the dog and his master, tend to really become one, and it's true. I don't know how we communicate, because it's usually just like, we get the point across. It's crazy. So the idea is I'll just weld this to the truck, we screw that to the plywood, and I'll weld it right in. The whole idea with this is to hinge up from the back of the cab. So the natural shape of this plywood, if it was screwed down, it would flatten out, but it ain't. So I think we just put some ledges under here, so that way when it hits that, it'll be kind of a pressure shut. Oh man, it looks like $100, $1 million.
Yeah, I'm glad we went this route. I like this a lot.
The real question is, what's it look like after we burn it, baby?
I'm excited to see what this is gonna look like.
Yeah, me too. I've never done this before. I just saw it happen, so.
Wait, you've never done it before? Ian says, oh, I've never done this before. And then he hands me the torch.
The whole process with this build is inclusion, you know? A client can just pay and come back when the project's completed. I like to terrorize the client, engage the client. That way they really appreciate the rewards.
Yeah, look at that.
I think the darker it gets, the better it looks. Keep cooking it.
I should have known this was gonna happen. I'm on Ian's wild ride.
That looks pretty distressed.
This thing's fun. I actually liked it. I'm glad Ian had me do it.
Man, that looks awesome. It was pretty freaking bland, and this made it look as old as your truck itself.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. I was surprised, you know, I figured it would work. I've seen the results, but never been through the process.
Oh, wow.
That really helped the whole rear view of the truck, in my opinion. That thing is nailed.
I'm blown away, man. This was a good choice.
Couple more little bits, and you're in gear, brother.
Yeah.
To fit this up just on the fly like I'm doing is a lot of testing, you know. Put it in place, mark it, react to that. This is my improvised sheet metal brake. I consider one of my greatest assets to work like a caveman. Set up your line, set up a big old hunk of steel, and then clamp it.
It's a pleasure working with Ian, and watching Ian work, I've kind of thought to myself, I need to learn this stuff. Oh yeah, that's nice, it's sweet.
Yeah, I'd make a heck of a cooler.
Yeah.
I have no concerns about the structural integrity of this thing. And I know Tom has some ideas about the paint. We haven't really talked about it. I'm just gonna let things develop. Tom is a friend who works at Encore Auto Detailing. They do powder coating as well as a lot of other stuff, so he dropped off a few parts with him. I got the cab ready for paint, and I'm curious to see what Tom has in mind.
Hey,
Yo-ho.
man,
It's happening, baby.
you got a lot done.
Yeah, it's totally bodywork. Primer is dry, ready to rock, whatever you want to do.
Well, speaking of paint,
Yeah.
I've got an idea. I took this panel to the paint shop,
Right,
and I had them match this green right here,
right.
and loaded it up in some rattle cans, right? And see how it's all nice and patina. It got a little bit of white and some ruddy red.
Right.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna layer the paint and coat it in the green, and then I'm gonna hit it with some sandpaper, some Scotch-Brite, and try to get this,
Like faux finish.
yeah, exactly.
That's a cool idea.
Ultimately, my goal is to make it look like nothing has ever happened to this pickup cab.
Yeah, if you can match this to what you got going on, then nobody will ever consider that this back wall was even messed with, which is kind of neat. I'm interested to see how this develops.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm gonna give it a shot.
Have you ever done this before?
I've never done this before, and we'll see what happens.
I like Tom's concept, and I really like the fact that Tom is embracing the idea of just winging it. Working on the last piece that I thought I would need to build, and that's this windshield detail. How are you planning on holding the glass in for the front windshield?
I didn't have much plans for that at all. I mean, I figured Lexan, screw it in, slap some sealer all the way around it.
Like race car style or
Yeah,
something?
and we're done.
I was looking at the way that this windshield area is set up, and it has these two lugs in it, just like the Model A, where it would have those little dials that flip out at the bottom. I was thinking about making one like the Model A. Let me show you Bob's setup, and I could pretty much duplicate it.
Okay.
Maybe even make it better. Model A Ford has a similar style windshield frame, so I wanted to show Tom Bob's car. You know, the cool feature of this is that they pivot out, so, you know, it gets hot inside the car all the time. So it's got a little lock nut, and then these deals push out the window so you could drive around with ventilation.
Ian's window idea kind of reminds me of my dad's hot rod pickup from when I was a kid. It had a safari window. I like the idea.
You know, this is a little more stylized, I guess. If we had one of these frames to modify, I would do that for sure. But I could take some aluminum C-channel and mimic this design.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's definitely better than what I had in mind. It's gonna remind me of my dad every time I pop open that window.
Awesome. I'm getting started on the windshield frame, and Tom's jumped right into the paint. Tom's just got the style, you know? He's like the Fred Astaire of the paint world, you know? He's got a flow, he's got a rhythm, he's dancing it. Pretty interesting process. So I'm gonna start by just making a frame out of this square steel. This truck's been around a while. There's been a lot of different hands in the process, so someone's changed the center of the windshield upper portion for some reason, and it's really misaligned. You know, you want the top of the windshield to be straight because there's gonna be a hinge up here. Look how far off that is.
Yeah, somebody hit that with a grinder.
That's way out, yeah. Just like most things I fabricate, I start with a template and then I make a final piece. So this steel part I'm making is a template for the aluminum frame that's gonna be there in the end. So now you can really see, you know, that little gap difference. I'm gonna take this whole thing out, but that's perfect. I'll make one more of these and then just put it together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the point where I become concerned. That's like nothing I've ever seen before. Making the aluminum frame in the end is pretty specialized. I have the big TIG welder at my shop, so this isn't a job to be done on location. The template I can bring back, come back with the new one. That's the shape of the windshield frame, and it's even as opposed to the truck. Whoa! It's like St. Patrick's Day up in here. Look at that green. That is hideous.
It's gonna be a process. And yeah, I hope it works.
I'll try not to judge the work until it's done. Really cool to see Tom taking the reins on this paint. You know, he's got a plan and he's going for it. Pretty crazy, man. I didn't know where you're going with this, but now I can see all these different values coming through as you scuff it up.
Watching Ian, I've learned sometimes you just gotta get in there and go. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with this paint.
I know it's 5 times more work to make it look like nothing happened, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm gonna see how bad I can make it look, you know, but you know, in a cool way.
That's what I'm seeing all over this truck, right? It's not just patina, it's like abuse.
Right,
There's a lot of
exactly.
damage you
Yeah.
gotta replicate. Tom's getting all Bob Ross on it, you know? He's got some happy little details over here. He's got some conceptual stuff over there. This looks like it might work. Ah,
I've got patina.
that looks horrible, man. You're doing a great job. You know, I had faith the whole time. Hey, I'm gonna cut apart your truck once more, so.
Again?
It's gonna make the windshield a little better. This front angle iron, I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna make a whole new mount for the windshield. Brought the template back to my shop and made the same windshield frame shape out of aluminum C-channel. Put an aluminum piano hinge on it and showed it to Tom. So while you're doing all that scratching and scuffing, I got your window frame.
Awesome.
Got a little hinge on there, and then that fits right up in here.
Oh, nice.
The advantage of making an aluminum windshield frame is that it looks cool. You know, when somebody looks at it and you say, oh yeah, it's hand built. You know, it just gets extra points with the judges. So we'll put a lot more screws in, but the proof is in the test. Does it close?
It shuts.
Not too bad for some old scrap aluminum.
That looks great, man.
So you can see how flimsy it is. What I really want to do is, in addition to putting glass in here, I'll put the knobs on there and then the little sliders, so you could set it, you know, I mean, if you wanted, you could set it way out here.
Now, I love it when Ian does something outside the box or really extra cool. He's taking my build up just an extra level.
We're definitely hustling this, man. It's gonna happen for sure. We just got a couple more details, assembly, modifications, and this baby's ready to rock. Tom's club event is only a couple days away. We got a bunch of assembly to do. I got a couple surprises. You know, we got to get things finished. Got this truck just about wrapped up. Tom really pulled off this paint job. He's been working overtime. Brought it out here to Hot Rod Bob's compound, his testing facility. It's looking good.
I feel great, man. I look at the truck and it's like I can't stop looking at it. It's so cool looking. Yeah, I got these mufflers from Porter and I think they look great and they sound fantastic.
It's all about the details in the end. He's got the grille all finished, the headlights installed, the rims are powder coated. This looks awesome, dude. I mean, the patina is something I wasn't expecting at all.
Right,
It's freaking cool. Everything about this truck came together like really clean, man.
Yeah.
The clincher for our deadline was this car club meet that Tom's been talking about. He's invited everybody over. Today's the day, and the truck is here.
The Defenders Car Club, man, it's just a great bunch of people. Yeah, there it is, check it out. They've seen the truck from the beginning. They've seen it when it was just a rusty cab and bed and had no hope.
I remember the day you got it, you were like all proud of it. We're all going,
It's really cool to see their reaction to the truck, you know. They're walking around it, they're checking it out. Yeah, Ian built this trunk area in here.
Oh, it's a great little truck.
And we're getting the thumbs up from everybody.
I think the biggest satisfaction of getting this built together is the fact that it really does look like a timepiece. It looks like nothing ever happened to this truck, which is pretty different for me. It's kind of awesome.
Oh, I love it. I just like the stance and the looks of it. It's got the right look for what I like as far as a hot rod. The truck actually has history, so that's pretty cool to put that back on the road and have it keep some of its original look to it.
I heard there was going to be a race. We came here on a mission. There's a reason we came to the racetrack. Tom wants to race Bob, or maybe Bob wants to race Tom. I don't know how it's going to work out, but there's two cars here, and they're going in the dirt. There's no time like the present. Now, I want you to remember one thing. Go that way really fast.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna win or anything, you know, but it'll be a lot of fun to just get out there with them and tear it up.
I know he doesn't stand a chance. I have a little bit of practice on this track.
I'm here strictly for moral support. It's like a parent raising their child. I've done all they can, and now it's time to set them free.
I'm having fun. I'm all in it. I'm going for it, and then nothing.
This is just par for the course. You know, it's a maiden voyage. It runs great in the driveway. You start slamming it around the dirt, there's gonna be a fail rate.
Here I am. I just built this hot rod pickup. I'm out here having fun with it. I got all my friends watching. The truck dies on me.
That is dry. Yeah. Tap on the float bowl to see if it helps or something. Don't be so traumatized, man. I've been doing this for 20 years plus. This is typical.
Come to find out, it was the fuel cap, not venting. So fix that, and runs great.
The truck fires right back up, and I'm back in it.
All right, champ. Now, I don't want this little setback to get you down. We're still in the race, man. I got some leeway with the referees, and they're gonna give you a timeout on this one. And I think we can come back stronger than before. The thing here is all attitude. You know, you can't get rattled.
Ian's being a really good pit boss, and I'm digging it. I'm loving the help.
This is the vintage race that you read about. 34 internationals racing a Model A Ford. I mean, this is cool old-time stuff.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man.
So I get out there on the track, you know, the first couple laps, and I'm loving it, man. I'm learning what the truck can do and what it's responding to. I'm loving this truck, man. I can't stop saying it. I really do. I love it.
You just can't shake some clients. Here we are, back to Bill's place. He's telling me he's having some trouble with his big red international truck. Bill and I discussed this truck last year, and we never got around to doing anything with it. You know, I've always liked it from the minute I saw it. It's just one of those things, like, what guy doesn't like a big old truck?
I've been trying to sell it and not really had any luck. I love it a lot. Nobody else seems to think it's that cool. These 1953 survivors are so rare. They're always beat up, torn up, wrecked. And when I saw this, I went, oh my gosh, look how original this darn thing is. And I guess I'm kind of hooked on the international heavy-duty name, and I don't understand why people aren't as enthusiastic as I am. I thought it would sell the first day.
You just need someone just like you,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they'll buy it.
Yeah.
You know, I love the huge factor of the whole thing. It's got kind of a Mad Max Road Warrior feel to it, but maybe that's a turnoff to some folks.
Well, when I found this, I was so excited. Look at the cab, Ian. It's cherry. I mean, original cherry. You just don't find it.
That's right, it's
And,
weathered, but
you know, the doors, everything works perfect. Look at the interior.
you know, sometimes when you have something that's so close to your heart, your passion, it's kind of hard to see how things are from the outside. Some people may be a little bit put off by the sheer amount of spider webs. You know, it looks a little like a haunted house in there. I think it needs some kind of cosmetic upgrade, you know, like the typical used car salesman. He's gonna freshen it up, and I think we can move it.
Ian always has just a lot of ideas, and I'm anxious to get started, watch it go through the Ianize process.
I got a couple ideas for this right off the bat, because, you know, who doesn't like a vintage pickup truck, right? So this is not presenting itself as a vintage
No.
pickup truck. This looks a little bit like a horror movie. I think we can remedy it.
Horror movie, shame on you.
The great news about this truck is that it drives perfectly. You know, I drove it around last time we checked it out, and knowing Bill, you know, all of his stuff is really well maintained. For me, that's a great starting point. You know, we can concentrate on the aesthetics. The mechanical aspects are right on point. Well, I think firstly we're gonna do a complete makeover. You know, I don't want to get into a restoration of the cab. I think the running gear is solid. I think the cab is solid. We just want to change up the look of it, you know, make it look more updated and more usable. You know, make it look a little more stylized instead of just this big utility thing.
Look at that window. Is that just the coolest thing?
For sure.
You know? And if you got rid of all this headache rack, it would really be cool.
I think that's the whole issue with this truck is, you know, everything that was added to it was purely purpose-built. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's taken away from the look of the cool international truck.
Yeah. He threw out the idea about kind of making a big vintage pickup. I love that. He did great on my other internationally built.
Among other things, Bill is a serious international truck guy. He's got another big rig where we went all the way. If we can get this one to exude the same vibe, you know, then we're on a good path. The main thing about this truck is when you walk up on it, it's screaming, hey, drive me, you know? People are probably running from that other truck as it comes down the road. This truck has that classic old school international body. It's just covered with tons of steel fabrication. You know, it's a work truck and it's been working.
Well, you know, I was looking to sell that to recoup a little money.
Sure, I get it.
It didn't happen yet.
That's the thing, I know you're not looking to spend a grip of money. You've got so much potential here, you know, there's stuff all over the place. So I think we can use a lot of the stuff you got,
That's a good idea.
clean up the yard, your wife will be happy.
Absolutely.
You'll be one truck less in the driveway,
That'll be good.
guaranteed. This project is all about what we can find around Bill's place. I like the challenge of using what's around. Bill has all kinds of material here, so we really don't know how it's gonna turn out. Just gonna pick and choose and make something good. First thing I wanna do is get this rig back to the shop. You know, I wanna tear off all that heavy metal, get it down to a blank slate, see what we're dealing with. I know you're both very concerned with quality control, etc., but I've got a bunch of stuff to do. We don't even need any debate at this point. I don't want to hear it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do back here 100%. What I do know is the heavy stuff, this massive trailer hitch, doesn't need it. Doesn't need this trailer hitch, and it doesn't need that headache rack. My goal is to get all of this baggage off the rear of the truck. You know, just get it down to the chassis, and then I can build from there. Hi-ya! And this is a really heavy, filthy job. But come on, who doesn't like cutting stuff up? Change is tough. You know, these dogs love cars, and all they hear is destruction. So for my next act, I'll remove an exhaust pipe. This exhaust has to go. It's not fitting my vision of the final outcome. That one ain't going in the trash. Excuse me. This is a really nice change of pace from the other projects I've been working on lately. Instead of building this full custom fantasy show car, I'm challenged to just bring up the natural look of this old truck. I did yank that bumper off the other truck, and I also got some good rusty steel, all that I could find. That front grille, just like the rear end, is just way overkill. I'd really like to show off the international styling instead of this big angry looking death bumper. First task at hand is to get rid of this massive front bumper. Yeah, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. This bumper is really heavy. You know, I'm used to sacrificing for my projects, but I don't want to lose a toe if this bumper comes crashing down. Watch the paint. Well, now it's starting to look a little more like a vintage truck, not some road menace. The stock height on that truck, the frames were right here, which is cool, it makes sense, but I'd like to see it a little bit lower. The whole idea here is to make the truck appear closer to the ground. This international bumper could work with some modifications, but you know, I just want to explore the other options. You know, maybe just do something a little more full custom. This still just looks way like a utility bumper. What if I took this and just turned it? Yeah, that's cool. Brings it down a little, looks lightweight. It actually makes the fenders look really exaggerated now, which is something I wasn't expecting. So far, my assistants aren't impressed. I get you can't just slap a tube on the front of a truck and call it a bumper. I mean, come on, they should know by now. I'm not gonna just stop here. Make that angle like that. The old persuader. Yeah, so you can see, it's gotta come back just a bit more. Just cut right through that and trim it a little more. Not only do the bumper ends need to match the front of the truck, they need to match the other side of the bumper so that it's symmetrical. This is the process of trial and error. You just keep cutting and bending until the angle's right. It's looking good to me, sir. It's gonna be fine. Next step of fabrication is to trim off the bumper end. As strange as it seems, this random piece of bent aluminum is gonna be the gauge. I mean, I seriously just picked this up out of the corner. You need to be zen, in tune with the universe and beyond, to allow yourself to be open to this happy accident thing, you know. Or sometimes maybe you just find a piece of bent molding in the corner and it seems to work. That's the angle of the dangle. You saw it, man. Don't act like it's a surprise. So there's something in this area that I'm really thinking about. See how this and this, it's like it needs something here. Fortunately, Bill's place isn't too far from the shop. You know, I want to take another look at his pipe rack and found some really good square stainless steel tube that I think I can make work. It's exactly what it needed. It's subtle, but it helps. Get the end caps on and it really finishes it off. But right now it's conservative, you can see that's a clean bumper. I want this whole truck to come together as one piece, so for now it's a work in progress. I got some other ideas that are really gonna help with the look of the front end. This is another of Bill's big old truck projects.
Hey.
You know he's an international guy. Next up is the rear of the truck. I got my friend Dominic coming in to give me a hand. I met Dominic through Bill, so he's familiar with the project, and he's a great fabricator. That's exactly what I need to get this thing assembled. So the thing is, just like with the ominous view of this truck, you can't just take things as they appear at face value, you know. You've got this big, crusty truck. You've got a shopping cart corral. I think we can make a fine tow vehicle out of all this stuff.
Well, we'll take your word for it. We'll see it.
I pulled off some stuff in the past.
You got some style, that's for sure.
By this point, I'm used to people being skeptical of my ideas.
It's a shopping cart corral. Like, how is that even gonna work on a tow truck?
Dominic has fallen right into place with that, and yet again, I do my best to explain. So that's the back of the cab. Where's the back of the truck frame?
Oh, that's perfect. All right.
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah, all right.
Ever since I found these gems up on Bill's Hill, I've had visions of grandeur forming in my head. So the idea is just put some walls on this thing and just wing it. You know?
Okay.
We've got that and those.
Okay.
And how it looks, you know, it will be determined as it develops.
All right.
This is a match made in heaven. Now all that's left is to put it all together.
So we're just gonna come in here and draw a line. We're gonna get rid of this whole piece of tubing, and it'll start new with our shopping cart corral.
I think so. Every time you go to the supermarket from now on, you're going to be thinking,
Yeah.
truck beds everywhere, full
Yeah.
of shopping carts.
Exactly.
Maybe you could start with a grinder on these things, and I'll just plasma cut through the sheet,
Okay.
and then we'll just pop each side off. So if you work on one side, and I'll work on this side. This is the same mode of operation as the front of the truck. Get rid of the ugly and just make it better. Beyond the time-saving aspect of using these corrals, I think the finish of them actually is appropriate for this rustic look. Does that work for you?
It works.
I could see Dominic has turned the corner on this project. He's 100% on board with this concept, but of course, the #1 naysayer is always close by. He's never seen anything like this. Look at that. He's just like, what did I just see? Because it's a pickup truck, we're gonna have bed sides. I got this rusty steel plate, and we're gonna trace it to fit, plasma cut it, and weld it on. As much as I like working alone, to get the thing finished, you need extra help. It doesn't mean I got a casting call. Very selective, only the elite. This round really looks good with the roundness of the truck, but then we'll take that square tube and we'll make that an element for all the trimmings, right from the front to the back.
Same as the front bumper.
Yeah, I think we'll just cover that. See, the cool factor of this concept is it's not just flat, it's dimensional. So you're seeing this round tube, and backed up is a flat wall. So it really looks dimensional, as well as the color contrast. As crusty as it is, it's got a cool look. It's not looking like a cart corral anymore, is it?
No.
This is like a freaking work truck. There's still a few loose ends in this rear section, but we've made a ton of progress in establishing the cool look of this bed.
It's gonna turn into the perfect hot rod working man's farm truck.
So this old switcheroo with the shopping cart corral, you ain't seen nothing yet.
All right.
Welcome home.
Oh man,
Good to see you.
this thing is great. A little hot rod-ish,
A little bit.
but it's still a work truck.
Scratch is big into vintage, period correct stuff, so this project is right up his alley.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
So
it.
nice.
Yeah. My idea for this was, I like some kind of sign on the door. I love the script. Where does orange truck come from? Was it like an orange grove in Florida or something?
So every time I would go somewhere, people would just walk up to me, hey, is that your orange truck outside?
It's like
so
a
I'm
gold
like,
car.
I just wrote orange truck on the side of it so everybody would know that that's orange
what
truck.
Perfect.
Aren't you glad I drove it today?
Yeah. I mean, yours is orange. What about like old red?
It's like old red or old red.
I like old, like with the little
L and the
apostrophe, yeah. And I was thinking, I love this edge striping that you did on yours.
Yeah.
I definitely want that. Because before with the big grill, you didn't see this at all. So it's like, I love those little whiskers coming off.
Okay. There's all these like really nice accent lines here and here that should just be like highlighted a little bit. We have that belt line up there and stuff like this. And like you said, the whiskers here and here.
And also something that would be like a classy work truck. So you show up and you look respectable. It's not like all rockabillyed out or anything.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't need to look like nonsense. It needs to look like a work truck.
My favorite thing is to work with other artists, because if you try to instruct them, you're not going to get the maximum potential. So you got to let them roll their dice, do whatever they like, and then, kind of take it in. Do whatever you want. I got a couple errands to run. Could take all day. So I'm looking forward to what you do. Like I say, no demands, do your thing.
You don't want to talk about the...
Nope.
Okay.
I want to be surprised.
Artist freedom.
Yes. I'm looking forward to see how this pans out.
So right now I'm just kind of like brainstorming and then jotting down my ideas. I remember my uncles walking around with like a match in their mouth all the time. Maybe do the owl, and then the little mark to the side could be a match. I kind of like that, like a little blue tip match with some fire coming off of it. With this, I'm trying to make it look old. If I would have painted that solid, 30 years from now, it would have faded like that. It's so good to work with Ian because he just trusts me and I can just do whatever I want. The first time I met Ian, I interviewed for a job to work for him. We kind of always stayed in touch. We were around the corner from each other. So when he needed pinstriping work, I was there to help. A little maroon drop shadow here, because I wanted it to be darker than the body. It needed that pop, Oh wow, yeah, that looks way better. So I'm just gonna do little accents around these edges here. Von Dutch is the modern day pinstriper, that he basically invented that. Somebody had messed up a gas tank and they wanted him to just kind of like outline it and like hide all the scratches. He just became more and more known for doing that, and that's where pinstriping kind of came from. Oh no. So they're coming to inspect my work. You wanna take a look at it? What do you think? Yeah, you like it? You like it. It looks like both of you like it. Do you love Uncle Scratchy or what? Oh, that's a yes.
Wow, they seem excited also. Exactly what it needed, just like it could have been that way. All of a sudden, it's a special truck. It had no identity, but now it's Old Red. Groovy, man.
Yeah.
I think Bill's gonna be real charged up. This little bit of paint work was exactly what it needed. I got a few more loose ends to wrap up, but I can't wait to get this thing over to Bill's and show him Old Red. Old Red is all wrapped up. This project's a bit different than my other ones simply because I didn't know what I had to do here. It would be way easy to go off the rails like I typically do, but fortunately I was able to keep it in check. If I drove it over here to Bill's, and there's one thing that Bill loves, it's old international trucks.
Wow, Ian, you've arrived.
Got a little change, looking a little different than it did last time.
Woo! You're another miracle.
Old Red at your service.
You know, I saw Ian rolling in with that thing, and my first reaction was, now that's cool. The bumper, oh my gosh, the little sun visor, the tailgate, he redid the whole back of the truck, and the stance, he lowered the front. I mean, all of it was like, that's it, Ian, you did it.
My buddy Scratch, he put this signage on the door. There was signage before that was under that original sticker.
I love the signage on the side, Old Red. Yes, it's old, and yes, it's red. And then there's a little pinstriping. I love the subtle pinstripe.
Yeah, that was Scratch's idea. You know, he was talking about wanting to keep it weathered like the rest of the thing.
Yep.
So that changes the whole truck, man. I mean, the stance and these freaking massive rear tires. One surprise that Bill brought over was these back rims. They are massive. I love the aluminum rims, but then when you brought in those big super singles in the back, it's like race car stuff. I mean, looking at it in the shop, you don't even get the vibe until it's outside.
It looks like a big pickup truck.
Yeah. The thing is, I saw this truck in a completely different light than what was presented. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, love it. I got plans already. You know, with a very limited budget and short time frame, a couple key choices really transformed the rig. You know, the first day when I was just taking stuff, I didn't know if I was going to end up with like a lot of aluminum features on this or whatever, but you know, literally you see everything came off of the hill and it just kind of melded together.
Those shopping cart holders or whatever you call them, I thought when you were taking those, I thought, what in the world is he going to do with those? I made some comments about the shopping cart corrals, but they are absolutely perfect on there. Just a great, great job.
I know you're looking to get out the door and sell it, so.
That was the plan. Like all your projects you do, always fall in love with them. I think I'm gonna keep it for a while and cruise it. Why wouldn't I cruise it around? Look at it. I'm excited. Now, I'm gonna bring my wife down and see if she's excited.
I know, that was the kid. That was part of the deal from the start. But all we did was move the stuff from the top of the hill back down to the bottom.
Yeah. How could you not love that truck?
You got to drive this thing. It's the same truck, but it's way cooler. It actually has suspension now, so.
Well, I need some firewood. You wanna go with me and we'll pick it up?
Yeah.
You
Cool
got
deal.
time?
Yeah, I got all day. That's what I
Okay.
do.
Let's
I hang
do it.
around.